Give me 2 seconds and I'll put this on.
Oh, we're streaming to live to YouTube.
You know something about streaming, don't you, Jason?
A thing or two, yeah. I do
Yeah.
a little bit of streaming.
Fair enough.
About
And
8
you're live.
Well, welcome everyone to the May edition of the Nottawa Community Center hall board meeting. Did we all get a look at the agenda?
Yes.
Yes,
We have a motion to approve this agenda.
I motion.
Second,
Second.
Patrice, all in favor? I suspect it's everyone. Good. Disclosure of pecuniary interest. I think that maybe Councillor Deneen might.
Yes, I will. I'll be receiving some funds in.
And I will as well for the flowers for the hall. So
All right, so we have two. There we are. We saw the minutes.
yes,
Yes. We have a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll put forward a motion to approve the minutes.
Second by
second
Councillor Deneen. All in favor? Everybody, awesome. Oh, this is going to be easy then. Business arriving from the minutes. The survey. Carrie sent me the questions. We did a little tweak to them and sent them along. Thought maybe we could. I think everybody saw what Carrie sent. I believe. Carrie, did we? That came from everybody, right? That wasn't just.
The compilation?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I sent it to
Yeah.
sent everybody that, yeah.
So all I did, I asked Kayla to adjust one of the questions just to add two other options. Like it was one was, do you support 15 or 20% or something? And, whatever. I asked a 0 and a 100 to be added in case there's those that would say, I don't want to support you at all, so that they can have their say, whether we agree with it or not. Scrap Metal Drive has been a success. Still no number yet, a final tally, but Councillor Deneen.
Yes, just to let the residents, if any are listening, know that the mess will be cleaned up. It's just been a matter of arranging it with the scrap metal Huronia auto and metal collection. They are very busy, and as soon as we can arrange it, we'll have a bin there and we'll load it and it'll be gone. But that is over with now, and I want to thank everybody for their contributions. And we'll be announcing, I'm sure, in the future just how well we did with that. But the bike, every bike we got disappeared, so I'm hoping people are enjoying those. And it was a real good experience. Thank you.
No, thank you to you and to Kevin and to it's Brandon, isn't it?
Brendan Thompson.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
It was an awesome thing that you guys did, and it was good for the hall in a time when, and I'm sure the residents appreciated it as well, having an opportunity to recycle some of the stuff from their spring cleanup. So we really appreciate it. That being said, there is a bill to be paid from the program to pay for dump fees, because I guess not all the residents realize that this was only for scrap metal. So we will need a motion forward to pay Kevin for the he paid out of pocket. So if we could get Carrie's going to put forward the motion, seconded by
I will second.
That we pay that bill. All in favor? Awesome. Great job. Now, there was some beer cans collected, so we won't write a check. We'll pay out of the income from the return of the empties. We'll pay that bill. Okay, Councillor Deneen?
That sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next on the agenda is...
Before we jump ahead, Jason, there's comments from the Clearview clerk about in the chat about a putting forward a motion to approve the survey questions. So I think we need to put forward a motion to do that.
Why don't we just do it?
I will put forward a motion
All right.
to do
Awesome.
the survey questions.
All right, seconded by
I can second that.
Counselor Deneen. All in favor? I suspect it'd be everyone. Good.
Jason, do we have an idea of timeline on that?
No, but maybe Kayla can help us with that.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys, I know Terry would like to move forward with it, but I also don't want the board and the community to feel rushed in this process. So I would suggest a couple weeks up to a month. What does the board feel?
2 weeks is lots. If you give people a month, they'll put it somewhere in the kitchen drawer and forget about it.
You've been to my house, Patrice.
Pardon me?
You've been at my house, have you?
No, I'm at mine.
I think just about all of us can speak on that one.
Yeah.
No, I agree. 2 weeks is probably
Like,
More than enough.
plenty of time.
is it ready to go, or like, do we need time for that? That's what I was wondering.
I think that it's pretty. Are we printing it or are we doing like a Survey Monkey? I'm not.
So I can help facilitate a Survey Monkey or Survey Monkey and send you guys the QR or the link, and you can publish that on your Facebook page or wherever you'd like. You're also free to, if you want to do a couple paper ones, that's what we did with the ward boundary review, and we had those available at the Nottawa store. So just some
that sounds like a
suggestions.
great idea.
That would be a good idea. I can name at least 3 people that don't have internet right now.
I was just going to say our demographic doesn't probably have 100% internet, and as we've
Not at
read
all.
most forums, the internet they do have isn't all that great. So
Do we have a mailbox at the hall?
we have one at the Nottawa store.
Okay. No, but I meant that people could drop off a paper response.
I don't think there's a slot in the door at the hall, is there?
No, but could we put a mailbox outside on the wall with a lock on it? That people could,
Then they'll be dropping off other things like tires and no, I'm just kidding.
no, I'm talking about a tiny little mailbox.
I know.
Because
Well,
people that aren't computer literate really resent not being acknowledged
Yeah.
and made.
I'm wondering if, I bet you if we spoke to Louise, they'd probably let them drop them at DNL, and I don't mind slipping in, once a week or a couple of times a week or whatever to pick them up.
Excellent.
I'm wondering if these paper copies will have a postage paid thing on it. I don't know that as a fact, but I guess there's a possibility of that.
Well, everybody lives in the village, so it's not complicated to drop them off at the store.
That's true.
So once we find out, I don't mind talking to Louise and Dave and seeing.
Yeah, they're pretty good to us, so
They're pretty good to the community, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody's effort on that.
Anytime.
That's really kind of my Alexa to tell me that.
I was wondering who said that.
The booking software update. I didn't see the update, but was I supposed to do something? Please don't tell me I was supposed to do something and I missed it.
Yes, you were supposed to talk to Terry.
All right, we'll have to continue. We'll have to put that off. I'll go through that again. I'm sorry. That's on me. I'll do it this week. So we'll skip that one. Small halls cancellation update. I don't think there's much of an update other than it's canceled. So I don't think we're going to do anything on our own. I don't suppose, unless you guys.
Well,
I'm not excited about it.
It was left to us if we still wanted to do a singular event if COVID offered that to us. Yeah, I'm just trying to find it again here.
I'm not super excited about that because we've just extended the lockdown for another 2 weeks, and who knows if we're going to do it again and again and again and again, and we do a lot of work for nothing.
Yeah, it was just that they made mention that we could still do that if we chose to. That's all. I'm pretty sure that's all it was.
Yeah, and I believe that was left to be booked closer to the time of
Yes.
small hauls. So
Yes.
really easy to kick the can down the road to leave it open to be able or not be able to do anything depending on restrictions. With no obligation to either way.
Yes, and that was exactly right, Calvin. Thank you.
I like no obligation to either way.
Yeah. It said we could still go ahead ourselves if we wish with the support of Parks and Recs if restrictions allow. But it was not unanimous with the rest of the halls, so the whole program had to be done. But it did mention that we had made note that we might want to do that. So we've got the support of Parks and Rec at that time.
Okay. Well, let's we'll put this forward month to month and see what what the restrictions allow and what they don't. I'm not excited about doing something if the whole community isn't doing something, but hey, I'm only one member, so if you guys want to do it, I'll support. However, profit and loss statement. It's here attached. There shouldn't be much of a profit because I don't think we had any income in the last month. Or did we?
We did have some income.
Yeah.
It should be reported from the one rental, which today would have been their last that they paid for. So we're going to have to contact them to see if they want to continue renting or not. Essentially, it worked out about $50 a day under the special price because they were looking to rent more days a week. And I think we said we would go that for the first 3 months and see how the business happened and see if we're going to continue. So we're at the halfway point with that. I guess I'm running into booking agent here, aren't I? Guess I should hold off.
Yeah, we'll hold off on that. I don't know what else to add to the financial report other than what you all have in your email. Booking maintenance report, Calvin. This is going to be the all Calvin show from this point on.
Maintenance report. Not much to report. I've been into the hall once or twice since the last meeting. Lights still work. Lights are on. Nothing's flooding. Everything's normal. Not much to report. There's still large cracks in the foundation.
You're currently in the hall, according to Zoom.
According to Zoom, yes, I'm currently in the hall.
I have a question. Is the outside tap turned on yet? Because I'm going in the morning to plant the flowers.
I'll have to check that. I honestly don't know. The hose is hooked up, or the hose is stored in the stairs in the back door. But I'm actually going to run into the hall tonight because I have to check for garbage to be able to put out from the renter. So I will have a look and make sure it's on for you.
Oh, that'd be great, because I was figuring I'd have to just take water with me, but that's better. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Cool.
Hey, Calvin, can you just remind me, whatever happened with the sump pump? Did that stop, or did we have to get someone to fix it?
So the issue with the sump pump was the battery backup.
Right.
We had a battery donated to us and I hooked it up.
Oh,
So
awesome.
that issue is resolved.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Good.
Sorry. If I knew that, I forgot.
Yes. So a plumber, Brian Wadley, is still expecting his order of Nottawa t-shirt, hat, chain, the whole kit and caboodle. I told him that's on the mayor and the councillor of the area to take care of.
We can get him a door.
Leave Brian to us.
He did receive a hat. I know that.
He has received a hat. Yes.
Oh, gosh. That's one of the things I love about being involved, is these members of the community that have similar thinking to what we do, and oftentimes their bills aren't what they should be, and a pat on the back and a high five is all they need, and I for one really appreciate guys like Brian helping us out.
100%.
So
Absolutely. Yep.
Booking update.
I've got a couple things I could jump in here if I could, Jason. Thank you. just to support Calvin on two things. One, Calvin, the little white broken pipe thing has been fixed. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it has been
awesome. I was going to check when I went there after this meeting.
That's been fixed. So that's really
great news.
Yeah. I know, just to mention the bin again, the metal bin, the township were able to remove the white plastic bin that was full of asphalt. So the asphalt.
Thank you.
And it's fortunate. I spoke to the staff, and they actually do have a little asphalt pile. Interestingly enough, though, this spring it had already been emptied out. It had already been taken away, and so they technically didn't have an asphalt pile. So I guess we've helped start a new asphalt pile. So on the grounds of the Public Works building, they do have a little spot for that. So that's been handled, and that worked out really well. So I will I'll speak to Todd, who coordinated that, and give him our thanks. Okay.
And tell Todd that I took all the paper cups and the Timbit boxes and all the plastic out of that bin. So there was just asphalt in there.
Good for you. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Anyway, so those are that's the last couple of things I was just going to mention. And the other thing I want to mention too, though, about cleanup, that the recreation staff were in and did cut some grass around there, which is great. And so that front island of grass, it is growing like crazy. So. But it has been cut, and so it looks a little bit better now. Anyway.
And I was wondering if we could get the sign moved off the grass, but not too intrusive to the parking lot, because tomorrow we have our mulch compost delivery. It'll be on the pavement. Were you aware of that? Anybody here? We're all aware of that. Okay. So the mulch and compost is coming tomorrow, but if we could move that sign, maybe we could have a work party and rake that grass. It looks pretty ratty. Remember how we did that before? And we could maybe spread some weed and feed that we have available to us.
And then
just a thought.
No, I think that's a great idea. And as far as the mulch and compost goes, I think I'll put a post on Facebook, but it's just there for the community to come and load up.
It's first come, first serve. And they've had numerous phone calls about it. And the township is looking after this now. The county of Simcoe landfill discontinued the program last year.
Right.
So that you can't get it at the dump anymore. And this is what Clearview is doing for the residents. And they're dropping, I understand, a tandem truckload off tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe while we're there tomorrow, we could sneak some of that into our gardens.
Yes.
Don't kid.
I'm just across the street. I'm kind of hoping.
Yeah, just be warned, Patrice. Be warned, Patrice. Park somewhere out of the way.
I'm going early, so I guess it's a good idea.
Do you know how many yards it is, or is it they just said tandem truckload?
Tandem truckload, yeah.
30-yard bucket or something like that in those.
Oh wow.
It's pretty good load.
Nice.
Well, thank you, Calvin. And so Calvin, booking update, says Patrice as well. I'm pretty sure there are no bookings, but Calvin, the one you were working with, how are they doing?
So the one we're working with, they seem to be doing okay. Today is their last paid booking. So we have to make contact to see if they want to continue, which I'm sure they will. I think I mentioned last meeting, the electrical stuff's all sorted out now. So if somebody wanted to take them over to take care of them for booking, that would be great too. I know we kind of talked about that.
If you give me that information, I'll deal with it.
Okay, I can give
who they are or anything, but if you send me their contact information.
Sure, I can do that. I will send them a text message / what would be preferred for you, email or text message?
Email.
Okay, so I'll have to get the email address you'll want to use.
Okay, Kaylee has it, but
Is it in our email? It's in our
Okay,
group email.
perfect. Yeah,
Oh.
so I'll get that and I'll forward that off to them.
just
And,
make sure I know what current terms are and there's no changes to the terms.
So I think what we talked about was giving them the discounted rate because it's COVID, because we're trying to get some rental, because they talked about renting
Yeah.
more frequently. So I originally stated for the first 3 months, we would give them the discounted rate and revisit after the 3 month.
Okay.
So
So
we're
what-
halfway through that period now. So that's $50 a day. And last time they paid up 6 weeks in advance. I'm assuming they'll do 6 weeks in advance again
Okay,
to get to the end of that.
so no changes on the terms at this point for the 6 weeks that still remain on their commitment.
Yep. I feel we should
Okay.
honor that price. And after 3
Good.
months, we can revisit and go from there.
All right,
So
All right.
Kel, did they go ahead with that whole electrical box thing?
No, they did not.
No, okay.
Well, it's nice to see someone in the community actually using the hall and not for a buck and dough. So it's
Absolutely.
not that I mind buck and doughs because I don't. They're good. It's just nice to see other people using them.
Yep.
Them. So I'm grateful.
Other than that, the email's been really quiet. People aren't asking right now, of course, because we're in lockdown. I mean, when we were seeming to be coming out of lockdown, we were starting to get some traction on the email, but it's really all just fizzled away because we're at the stay-at-home order. So that's all I have for booking updates.
Thanks, Calvin.
Thanks so much. Upcoming and past events. Well, I think we know where we're at with this one. We kind of covered the only upcoming event we were going to have, and that was possibly the Small House Festival. So, and that is and dealt with. So, new business. Anything new that we need to talk about?
I have an idea a fundraising idea I'd like to present.
Sure.
And it really came about because of what Phyllis has just done, made me start to think. We raised here in Wasaga Beach upwards of $20,000 to buy a little girl a wheelchair. And we did it by having a weekend where people brought all their empty wine bottles, beer bottles, and so on. It takes a crew of people to manage it, but if we had enough advance time, I think people wouldn't feel uncomfortable helping the hall financially with dropping off a few bottles. And heaven knows how much drinking everybody's been doing during COVID. Could be a gold mine. Yeah, right.
Can I just make a note? The only problem I have with that is I would like, there's a young fellow, Raymond Hardesty, that has been collecting right now. And Raymond is working on a schedule with that right now. And they come to Nottawa. They come to the Harrison Denture Clinic,
Okay.
Patrice, and they come and collect on certain nights. So I don't know how long Raymond usually does that for, but I wouldn't want to intrude
Oh, no, I
on
wouldn't
something.
either. I think he does it for sick kids, does he not?
Something.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's the young man that works at Dairy Queen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Yeah, I would agree that I wouldn't want to interfere with that, but there's no reason why we couldn't look to it down the road.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
definitely. Yeah.
Particularly if we come up with something that we need money for, if there's some kind of repair
or something.
yeah, where we could tell people what it's going to be used for.
Well, let's look at this again at the next meeting and see if maybe.
Okay, yeah, just knock the idea around in your heads anyway.
All right. This is
No,
usually,
it's definitely a good one, but
Mhm.
yeah, if you pick them up, I got a closet full. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my neighbor across the street's got about $1,000 worth of wine bottles in her garage.
For her, it's been a good COVID. This is usually where the mayor pops his head in whenever I say is there new business. But I don't see him.
He's
Well, he's been waving.
Oh, is he? I can't
Yeah,
see.
hi, Jason.
My view. Oh, there we go.
I only have one small thing. I have been the contact for the commercial representative for Rogers Internet, and he has emailed me again. I have not responded to him this time, but he has emailed me again, just looking to see if we were interested in reactivating our account. And so, with your direction, Jason, I'd be happy to respond to him to say the hall is not open. And so we do not have any expectations to have any people that use internet from our hall at this time. So I'm just going to send that back. But I've been the contact for years on this. So I don't want to mess things up here, but I just want to share that with you. So
I appreciate it. And I think that that's the right way to go. I don't suspect we're going to bring that up.
On that matter, Doug, too, when you're responding to them,
sure.
You can give them my contact information and tell them that I'll be the primary contact.
Absolutely. And I think you're already on the account, but I think they continue to just email me. So that's fine. I'll communicate with them, Calvin, and I'll copy you on your account or on your email. Good.
Perfect. Thank you.
On your behalf, on your account, on your email, on your.
Just a small deviation from the agenda. You mentioned, Doug, once before that the internet Rogers was going on the tower out on 124 at the church.
That's correct. Yeah.
Is there a timeline for that, or did anybody ever? No, nothing. So when you're talking to your connection at Rogers, ask them and see. Okay, thank you.
Rogers
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I hope you
check
it. So no other new business? I heard somebody, but I couldn't make out what they said. No, there was nobody? Nothing? All right, well, our next meeting, according to this, is June the 10th at 7:30 p.m. Is that correct, Carrie? Because that's usually who I go to for these things. And she says, oh, wait a minute, it's actually.
That is correct. My attendance might be sketchy that night, but
all right.
I just have a little birthday girl in my house that night. So
okay.
Nice.
Well, I don't expect there's going to be a lot to talk about, much like these meetings. So if we could get a motion to adjourn. Oh, Calvin's got his hand up before Carrie. That's unusual. Seconded by Councillor Deneen. All in favor? Everybody, I suspect. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, all.